Hey, welcome to Cooking with Jimmy. Okay, we've done a pizza video before, but like everything, there's like an evolution and things get better and you get better ideas and you do things that just work better. So we're gonna do a pizza night. We did a gluten-free for mom. We've been working on her dough. Gluten-free sucks, but you know what? We're making it suck less and less every time we go for a stab at this stuff. So we're not going to show you a gluten-free recipe yet, but it is in the pipe and it's coming. But so we have there's different types of dough out there. I've tried them all. I've tried Loblaws, like in the supermarket. It's not worth it to make it in the blender and all that stuff yourself, because of the price of it is so, like, for cost efficiency, it's like so cheap, and you get like some big thing making for you, and it's good stuff. So I tried all the doughs. Longo's has the best pizza dough, and I'm going to show you a little Jimmy trick. So we are hungry. I have my cousin. I'm going to give him some pizza. He's going to have it as well. So we've added the full bag of dough. But if there's only one or two of us, then you need less dough. This is the little Jimmy trick that I come up all by myself last week. And this is, you take your bag of dough that you get from your supermarket, kind of divide it in two, and then put a twist in it. And now when you go to do your pizza, you go, okay, you just cut this off, you take the twist tab, you put it down there, and then you have half a bag of dough. You're still in the same bag, no waste. No, it's awesome. Anyways, you might not find it as exciting as I did, but that was it. So we're gonna get our dough ready here, and we have a rolling pin. Now, the most important thing about pizza dough, if it's in the freezer, it's got to defrost, it's got to get warm, because little bubbles and the yeast and everything does its little crazy stuff that it does and make things awesome. So we're going to do a quick little roll with it and spread this out. And then after that, we are going to stretch it by hand. And just use like your fingers, like pushing out as you go around. I'm not Italian, so I don't know how to throw this shit in the air. So we're just going to, and then work out the edges, right? Come to the edges and you use your thumb. And you see as your thumb's coming out, you're gonna work the edges with your thumb. Now, we've tried cornmeal base, we've tried all these kinds of things to keep it from sticking while you're making it, to get it off onto the pizza stone. It doesn't work. The best way is parchment paper. Parchment paper I use for everything. Put parchment paper underneath it. You sauce it up, do whatever, take all your time in the world. Once you put it on the grill, you yank it out and it comes out the bottom. So this is how you're gonna pull out your dough. Now, you can make it as thin as you want, but if you make it too thin, especially with all the stuff we're putting on here, this is, it won't be manageable. And I mean, half of the thing of pizza is having that nice piece of bread with it, but this actually is pretty thin. You can see it's pretty thin. So we got this going, and we'll stretch it out and we'll get to the next part. We'll put the parchment underneath, because if we decorate all that up and get it all jazzed up, it's gonna stick that board. You'll never get it off. Okay. So what we got here going on, the very first step is, and this is a Jimmy trick, this is not pizza sauce. This is pasta sauce. I would never make pasta with pasta from a jar, but if you're making pizza, this is the shit. So this is President's Choice roasted garlic spaghetti sauce. I tried Longo's, love Longo's dough. Sauce, no good. Anyways, that's just what I do. So we're gonna start putting down the sauce on the pizza pie. Now, normally a full pizza like this takes half a jar of sauce. right? What if one of these jars, we're halfway in the sauce. That's an easy way to gauge what you got going on. Now we're gonna spread it around, get it all evened out. And this is the first step to good pizza eats. Okay, spread it out. I don't like it too saucy, but the sauce still is good because it's a flavor. And I say it once before, I've said it, I'll say it all the time, everything is about balance. Everything's gotta be balanced out, evenly put on. You gotta take the time and care to make it all spread out evenly. And you're just gonna have one kick-ass product. Simple as that. So we got that on. Next, garlic powder. You can do fresh garlic and all that. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. So we put some garlic powder on here. Put a whole bunch because it's going to taste real good and it gives the flavor. I know we have roasted garlic sauce already in there. We have onion powder. Onion powder. We're going to put a whole bunch of that on. Right, get it around. Put that on. Oregano. Oregano is amazing on pizza. We're gonna put that in our base. Get a big nice handful of that and evenly distribute it all over the pizza dough. A little platform here. A little bit more, like oregano. While they get that going on. There's our oregano. Now, our last trick is, now this is not a crazy hot, this is I've done this in one of my other videos, this is not a crazy hot sriracha sauce, but this still has a little bit of kick to it. We are going to put dots of this all the way around, and you cannot believe the taste that will come out of this. It is off the hook. And we used to put jalapenos on the bottom, but one night we didn't have jalapenos, so we went to substitute. And this is the stuff if you like spicy. If you don't like spicy, hey, don't put it on. Now, people always ask me, because if they have dinner with me and I do a pizza party, the funniest thing is my pizza that I make at home has none of that toppings or is nothing like I would order out in a restaurant when I find the perfect place that I like their pizza. It's completely different. Anyways, but this is what we have, and this is what I go with. So now that we have this on, we're gonna go with our base cheese. I call it the base cheese. So we have nice fresh mozzarella. I always go around the border because it's easier to detail the outside without this stuff going all over the place, and do the outside and then finish the inside. We're not going to put too much because this is our base cheese. We have other toppings that we want, and we want it to go sort of in the middle and make it one big happy family of yummy tastes. Okay, so there is our base cheese. So now we got our base cheese. After that, the next step is mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So we are going to put mushrooms everywhere. We're going to save some for Mom. Mom loves mushrooms too. We need enough, so we got to figure out the ratio for her pizza. I'm very particular about spreading everything out evenly because you want every bite to taste the same. Otherwise, you don't want to be missing something in one point than you did in the other point. So we will save these rest of these for Mom's gluten-free. Okay, now that we have that done, the next base that we're going to put down is, now I don't use and never have pepperoni on a pizza. This is hot suppressa, sausage. So not sausage, it's salami. So I like salami on pizza because salami, it's better. It has way more flavor and it just makes a better end product. So this is spicy. This is the hot one. This adds that zing and the burst to the pizza. So we're gonna lay this down and we'll be right back. I've been corrected. There's kitchen fighting going on here. This is Calabrese, hot Calabrese. Salami. Anyways, we're getting technical here, but this is it. So now that we have all the stuff on top, this is good. We need a little bit more cheese, Louise. So we will throw, same thing, I go around the outside. So now, the next step is tomatoes or tomatoes. Some people say tomatoes, I may say tomato. It doesn't really matter because it's gonna taste exactly the same. So we are gonna put these puppies out there on the pizza. Like so. Hola, samio. Here we go. And here we have the nice pizza. Okay, so put that. You don't want to put too much because it'll water them out. Water it out. But it is really good to have it because it adds moisture. And when you bite in a pizza and you hit that tomato, we're going to put some goodies on top that are going to make it even better. Parmigiano Reggiano, we're slicing it up. This is going to be our little topper for our tomatoes. You know, you probably don't have a slicer at home, but just take your little doohickey thing and make it happen there. So Parmigiano Reggiano, got the big block, and this is going to be the centerpiece for the tomatoes. The last thing is pepper. We want cracked black pepper. We're going to put a little bit all over, and then we're going to concentrate it in the middle of each one so that when you hit that, it's going to have that nice flavor. Quiet on the set, little doggy. We're done. This is prosciutini. Now, it comes in a little block like this. You can actually go to Metro or whatever, and you can get them to slice it up. When you get them to slice it up, you want them to slice it as thin as they could possibly slice it. Very key, very important, because it's like getting a steak sandwich in a restaurant and you take one bite and you rip the whole thing out. You don't want that to happen. Now, the reason why we put that last part and on the top is that it crisps up and it curls up and the heat goes to it and it just is dynamite. I used to put it in the center of the pizza and no, you don't even notice it. So this is very important on the layering and what you're going to do. Okay, we got the paddle, got the pizza. We are going to take this beautiful pizza out to our grill. Now, it's a little bit bigger than the paddle, but we can work with this. There we go, look at that. Ready to travel. Put this sucker on the grill. Oh shit. Try not to shake it around. We lost a few little fragments here. We'll throw them back on top. Everything will be all right. And close the lid right away. You don't want to lose the heat. Now we have a commercial piece of pizza stone, which is like 1 inch thick. It's not stuff you can buy in the store. This is key. Just go to a used restaurant supply place. Go get a pizza stone out of a professional pizza oven. You can have somebody cut it down. You know, you need a water saw or a concrete saw. You could probably buy a thing for your angle grinder at Home Depot or Lowe's and cut it up and away you go. So we're gonna let this sit for about maybe like 1 or 2 minutes. what's going to happen is the parchment paper is going to dry out. It's going to lose the moisture that it's contracted by the dough, and we'll do the old like tablecloth trick, and we'll pull that right out the bottom. So hold your shorts and we'll be right back. Go on. Okay, turn it on. Okay, so what we got here is it's moving along. You want your barbecue, before you start, when you open the lid, it's going to throw it out, but you want it about 400 to 450 degrees. Okay, so now it's been on for about 2 minutes, and we're going to do the tablecloth trick. So parchment paper, you want to get it out of there. So that goes. Now now that it's been on there, we're gonna do a rotation. So flying stuff off the top. And we're gonna leave that on there. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna let this cheese melt, but not overheat, because if it overheats, then it just goes in oil. And you don't want that, because it's going to screw up the pizza. So we're going to check the bottom. Like I said, we're at like 400 to 450 degrees. It will take about 7-ish minutes, depending on your barbecue. And you'll end up with the perfect pizza. Okay, here we go. Our pizza's all done. Cheese is bubbling, not separated. Got our nice dough going on. Now pull this off. Now it's a little bit more rigid. We could do this. We're gonna pull it inside before we saw it up. Okay, so that's it. We got our pizza pie. We are going to saw it up. Nice and crispy. Right in between the tomatoes. Some people say tomato, I say tomato. And there we have it. Now we have a little finishing touch, which is fresh cut basil that's shredded up. A little bit of that on the top. Throw it all around, spread the love, and there it is. That's the perfect Jimmy pizza. Go back up. Pause it. Thanks for watching Cooking with Jimmy. Click the like button, share it with your friends, spread the love, the food, the joy. It all works. And we'll see you next time.